Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. After splitting a pair the last two nights of NBA action, I'm going to try to turn a profit here this evening with two more NBA picks of the day that I think have a lot of value here. Once again on a huge slate of action here on a Wednesday night. And we'll start it off in Charlotte. The Charlotte Hornets, a team that's been struggling a lot this season, coming off a game here, and now they're playing the Chicago Bulls, who are coming off of a double overtime loss to the Dallas Mavericks in Charlotte, and now are a 4.5 point favorite, though despite that, total of 192.5 points. Now, I am going with the total actually in this one, laying off the spread of 4.5. I think that's just a little bit volatile considering that the Hornets could turn it on and start playing well, even though they haven't. And the Bulls coming off a double overtime victory, or a loss, you never know what they're going to do. But under 192, I think, has a little bit of value this evening, even though it was one of the lower totals of the day. I think we could be seeing a very defensive game, and the Bulls' offense a little bit slacking just a little bit coming off of that back-to-back. The under is actually 8-1-1 in the last 10 games that Charlotte has played against a team with a winning record, and in the under 6-2 in the last 8 Chicago road games. So the under is trending in the right direction. If the Bulls can just bring their defense coming off of that back-to-back, I think they'll be fine, and I think the offense will suffer just a little bit. So go under 192.5 for that first one. Next one I have for you is the team that beat the Bulls in that double overtime victory. The Dallas Mavericks heading into Milwaukee tonight to play the Bucks, who barely lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. Probably should have won that game, as they were ahead for most of it until the very end, where the Cavs stormed back. And now the Bucks are a 4-point home underdog as well. Total in this one is 204.5 though, however. Both coming off the back-to-back, especially the Mavs, they're going to be a little bit tired. I think their defense is going to suffer in this one, opposed to Chicago, where I think their offense might suffer a little bit. A defensive team might have their offense suffer a little bit more, but an offensive team like the Mavs, I think, is definitely going to see their defense suffer, coming off of that game where they had to travel from Chicago, short flight up to Milwaukee. But either way, it's going to be tough, I think, for the leading scoring team in the NBA to stop the Milwaukee Bucks here. And on the flip side, I think the Bucks, a young team coming off the back-to-back, likely going to give up some points here as well, as their defense, like I said, collapsed at the end of the game against Cleveland. So the over 7-2 in the last 9 games for Milwaukee. So we're trending in the right direction for these two. It's also 7-1 in the last 8 games the Bucks have played against a team with a winning record. And on the flip side, Dallas is 4-1 in their cashing over in their last 5 games overall. So I think there's some value here to add over 204.5 to your NBA picks between the Bucks and the Mavs. Add it to under 192.5 between the Bulls and the Hornets. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.